Welcome back to Liberty Hollow, where the tracks divide more than just the town. They divide lives, choices, and consequences. Our story begins on a crisp evening on the west side of town by the reservoir. Inside Hollow Crest Country Club, under crystal chandeliers with the soft clink of champagne flutes. A perfect evening unfolded, until one decision changed everything. Evelyn Harrington, wife of Mayor Robert Harrington, moved through the glittering socialite gathering like she owned the room. Always impeccable, tailored dress, perfect smile, the kind of poise that drew people in and won votes for Robert.
Evelyn, darling, you look radiant. Tell us, is Robert still eyeing the governor's mansion?
Oh, who knows what the future holds. Tonight, let's just enjoy the moment.
The champagne flowed freely that night. Crystal flutes caught the light, refilled with a smile and a gracious nod by the staff. Evelyn savored each sip, the bubbles bright and easy, the laughter around her warmer with every glass. She moved through the evening with the same effortless grace she always did, the perfect hostess in her own spotlight. The night felt light, endless, and just a little intoxicating. Thankfully, the drive home was short. Evelyn stepped out into the cold evening air and walked to her car. The roads were quiet. She slid behind the wheel of her sleek SUV and turned the key. The engine purred, and she headed home taking familiar roads. At first, everything seemed normal. Then the first drift began. She crossed the center line, tires kissed yellow paint. A quick correction, a bit too sharp, sent gravel spitting. The car lurched back onto the pavement. Evelyn laughed, just a little too loud, and refocused her attention on the road ahead.
Come on, Ev. You've driven this road 1,000 times. Easy.
Another curve. She took it wide. Headlights swept across bare trees. A pickup truck appeared in the oncoming lane. Evelyn drifted again. The truck swerved, narrowly avoiding the SUV. Its horn blared long and angry. Evelyn jerked the wheel, overcorrected, and fishtailed across 2 lanes before catching the edge of the shoulder. Snow sprayed. Her heart slammed against her ribs.
See, still got it. Just a little dance with the road, that's all. What an idiot.
She steadied the car, breathing hard. She muttered at the retreating taillights, then laughed again. The radio played softly, some old country song about second chances. She sang along, off-key, one hand off the wheel, the other drumming on the dash. She didn't see the red and blue lights until they bloomed in the rearview mirror. Deputy Harlan had been watching from a side street. He'd seen the whole thing, the drifts, overcorrections, and the near miss.
Ma'am, roll down your window. License and registration, please.
Officer, do you have any idea who I am? I'm Evelyn Harrington. My husband is the mayor.
Ma'am, is that alcohol I smell? Step out of the vehicle, please.
The field sobriety tests began on the snowy shoulder. Headlights painted a stark stage. First test, horizontal gaze nystagmus. Officer Harlan held a pen in front of her eyes.
Follow the tip with your eyes only. No moving your head.
Evelyn tried. The pen moved slowly left to right. Her eyes jerked, bounced, couldn't stay smooth. She blinked hard, frustrated. Harlan noted it silently. The next test, walk and turn.
Imagine a line on the ground. Take 9 heel-to-toe steps forward, turn around on the 9th step, and take 9 steps back, counting each step out loud.
Evelyn raised her arms like a tightrope walker. First step, heel missed toe by 2 inches. Second step, same. By step 5, she was swaying, arms windmilling. On the turn, she stumbled sideways, one foot completely off the imaginary line. Coming back, she counted aloud. 5, 6, but missed heel to toe again and again. She giggled nervously.
It's the snow. The ground's uneven.
Harlan's face stayed neutral. The final test. One leg stand.
Raise 1 foot 6 inches off the ground. Keep your arms at your sides. Count aloud until I say stop.
Evelyn lifted her left foot. She swayed immediately, hopped once to catch her balance. Arms flew out.
1001. 1002.
Her foot dropped at 7. She laughed again, embarrassed.
Sorry, my feet are cold. Let me try again.
Harlan shook his head.
Ma'am, you're under arrest for driving under the influence. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Do you understand these rights, as I have explained them to you?
Handcuffs clicked cold against her wrists. Evelyn was placed in the back of the cruiser. The ride to the county jail was silent except for the low hum of the heater and the occasional crackle of the radio. At the jail, a squat concrete building on the edge of town, the real process began. A female deputy took her personal items: phone, keys, wallet, earrings, watch. Everything went into a plastic bag labeled with her name. Evelyn turned pockets inside out: lint, a lighter, and 3 crumpled singles. Fingerprints came next. The technician rolled each finger across the glass plate of the live scan machine, pressing firmly. Evelyn's hands shook nervously. The tech had to redo her right thumb twice. Then, the mugshot. They stood her against the height chart, first facing forward, then profile. The camera flash was blinding. Evelyn's eyes were red-rimmed, mascara smudged, hair lank and messy. She looked exactly like what she was: scared, drunk, and utterly defeated. After photos came the official breathalyzer, 0.14, nearly twice the legal limit. They led her to a holding cell. Inside, a cold concrete bench, thin mattress, stainless steel toilet in the corner. The door clanged shut. Evelyn sat, knees to chest, and stared at the scuffed floor. The glamour of the evening felt like a lifetime ago. She cried quietly until the overhead lights dimmed for the night shift. Her sobs echoed softly off the cinder block walls. Hours later, released on her own recognizance with a court date set and her license suspended, Evelyn made the hardest call of her life.
Robert, I got arrested. DUI. I'm so sorry.
Evelyn? What happened? How could... This is going to be everywhere. The news, the gossip, our reputation.
Back in their elegant West Side home, with the reservoir view mocking their turmoil, they faced the sobering truth. The scandal would spread like wildfire. Mayor's wife arrested for DUI. The whispers at every event, the judgmental stares, the dreams of Robert running for governor, suddenly in serious jeopardy.
We'll need damage control. Call our lawyer first thing tomorrow morning. He can help craft a public apology. Maybe even use community service as an angle. But the money, the fines, the classes, the interlock device. This is a disaster.
The financial blow was immediate and brutal. Fines and penalties alone would climb into the thousands. DUI school, ignition interlock device, license reinstatement, towing fees, lawyer costs. Over $10,000, money their already credit-stretched lifestyle didn't have.
We were already maxed out on the cards. How are we supposed to pay for all this?
We'll figure it out. But this changes everything.
In Liberty Hollow, one bad decision behind the wheel didn't just bend a fender. It cracked a carefully built image wide open. Lessons desperately learned this week in Liberty Hollow. Never drive after drinking, no matter who you are or how fine you feel. A DUI is a financial wrecking ball. Fines, fees, insurance hikes, and court costs that can linger for years. Reputation? Priceless until it's shattered. Especially when you live in the public eye. One night of poor judgment can cost thousands and derail years of ambition. The Harringtons are picking up the pieces. One sober step, one budget cut, one apology at a time. And maybe that's the real lesson. The wheel is always in your hands, and so are the consequences. And there you have it, another true-to-life lesson from the streets of Liberty Hollow. If this story of glamour gone wrong, handcuffs, and hidden costs made you think twice about that extra drink, please take a moment to show some love. Hit that like button to let us know you were here. Drop a comment below. Share your thoughts, your own close calls, or how you'd handle a public mistake. And if you want more raw stories from small-town America, subscribe and ring the bell. It helps Liberty Hollow thrive and brings these tales to more folks who need them. Thank you for joining us on the Harrington's Bumpy ride. Until next time, drive safe, live smart, and take care of each other out there.
See you soon, citizens.